weird and pink. Probably not weird and pink.
Why?
It's about my skin.
It's 7.
So do we have to like?
I don't know. We'll just figure it out. Let's see what's in there. Ooh, look at that. Man, that's cool. That's so cool.
How much is it?
500.
$500.
What?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and you bought yours for what?
$3.
$3.
Nice.
What?
They're rich now.
Tiny.
There's more.
Oh.
One for $3.
Geos.
Just like that, oh, the same one as yours.
Yeah. Holy cow. What? Where are we gonna get Wesley?
This is like big. Well, we bought a big one just for $3. And the little one is just for $3.
Gemstones to go. I wonder what is in there.
Holy cow. That looks cool. That looks
I like this one. Guys, come.
20 something for the Hindi sila nag-accept ng Amex.
Okay.
This one is for your home stay later.
Rainbow.
Just follow the arrow lang daw.
Follow the arrow.
Yeah, to go in the store.
Okay. Tara.
Later, we buy that later.
Okay.
A tour? Yeah, and then later this is for the other.
Oh man, this is so cool.
Yeah, we go that later when we're done.
I never
This one, I want this one.
All right, guys, are you guys ready to head underground? I'll grab those tickets from you and we'll go ahead and get started right over here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'll grab those little tickets from you and we'll get started here. You got everybody? Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, well, if you guys are ready, we'll head on through here.
Wait, what time is it?
Watch your step as we come through the door here. This does like to trip everybody up there. Just right into the full area here. We'll get started here very shortly. Now, has anybody from this group been underground anywhere previously?
No.
Oh, yeah.
First time.
Cool, awesome. Has anybody been here underground before? No. Okay. Cool, awesome. I'm just gonna close this right behind us here. Sorry about that. All right, and if you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and start heading down here. I would definitely recommend to hold on to the handrails or rocks. It may or may not get a little slippery here and there. Not too bad otherwise, though. And if you guys want to take any pictures while we're down here, take as many as you'd like.
Okay.
I only charge $5 a picture, so.
Ah.
Unless I'm in it, then in that case, $10. You know, it's a premium. If you have any questions along the way, I'll do my best to answer them.
Oh, the thing over there.
Oh yeah, the panning. It is cool.
Man. Pag long na.
Ooh, the careful, guys. Oh. It's so cool.
Yeah, careful, mama. goodness.
Careful, puppy.
My shoes are not made for this.
Hold the ano, baka mamaya.
Madaling aska. Madaling.
Now this here in front of us, this is called the Knight's Vein. Back in the day, this was a solid vein of white quartz rock, which also extended up the ramp that we just walked down. So it was a huge vein coming all the way through here. Inside of your white quartz is what you call flour gold. It's pieces of gold basically about the same size as a piece of baking flour. So really, really small pieces of gold. That being said, they did find 54 pounds, 9 ounces of that right here in front of you. And back in 1905, when they did this work here, that was worth about $20,000. A lot of money in 1905, because honestly, $5 was a lot of money, so $20,000 was just unimaginable for them. On today's day, it'd be somewhere closer to $2 million, so it'd still definitely be worth a lot of money. One thing I would definitely keep in mind about the mine is I'm showing you everything backwards. They would have started on the other side of the mountain in 1898 and worked their way up to here in 1905. So I'll be showing it to you backwards just to get you from the building into the mine here. The other thing I keep in mind is if you're a little on the taller side, please watch your head on these rocks. They won't move out of your way, I promise you. However, if you're like me, a little on the shorter side, you don't have to worry about them at all. You're going to go underneath them anyways. But if I mention the Knight's Vein, I'm just talking about this main area right here.
Picture.
There is some left, yeah. Now the reason why they have gold left down here is actually kind of funny. So white quartz, it looks like that, and anytime you see that, there's a very good possibility that there's still gold left inside of it. The reason why there's still gold here is funny enough, when they closed the mine, it's because of bankruptcy. So they ran out of money and shut the mine down. Kind of funny for a gold mine. To give you an idea of how big this process was, the dynamite that you see behind you there was 18 cents a pound, which means they were spending about $75 a week on dynamite. And that was with back in the day prices. Today's day, that'd be like $2,200 a week. So very expensive process. And that was just for the sticks of dynamite alone. You'd still need the fuse and all the different tools that we'll be taking a look at as we step down here. But if you see white quartz like that, that's exactly what they were looking for, and still what you'd look for if you're trying to get gold out of here today. Now, as we come down here, one other thing to keep in mind is this guy right here. This we call the wishing rock. It's special to every single tour here. The reason why we call it that is you hit your head on that rock there, you're probably going to wish that you didn't. So I would avoid that guy at all costs, but if you're ready, we'll get a little bit deeper here. And the deeper and deeper we go, the better those jokes keep getting. Keep having fun too.
So cool, right? No, I'm not.
Now, before we get too far in, get some about these little holes right here. I just want to make sure we get it. right now. So this rock above you is 200 feet over. However, this is some pretty strong rock down here, so you don't really have to worry about that going anywhere. However, the way to move it is to use dynamite. Before you can do that, you have to drill a hole that you can fill up with dynamite. Because again, all of this was solid rock back in the day. So what you do is grab a tool like this. They call this a hand spill. One end of it, just like a nail, is really flat. The other end of it would have a diamond shape, very similar to what you see at the end there. So you take that, put it up against the rock. That's the first part. The second part would be grab this very, very special tool. This is called a hammer. I'm sure you've probably seen that before. And I could use a volunteer if somebody wants to help me out. You want to help me out? All right, come on up. What's your name? Quentin. All right. So, this is a two-person job here. The person with the hammer, they would call that guy the striker. My buddy here, I beat the new guy. What I need to do is take your hand, put it right there. When I tell you to, I need you to turn it just like that, all right? And I usually don't miss, don't worry. 3, 2. And go ahead, turn it. And keep turning, just like that, over and over again. All right, perfect. Thank you. Round of applause, everybody. Now imagine doing that job for 12 hours a day. No? Okay. Well, how about this? In that 12 hours, you get to make 2 holes 6 feet deep. How does that sound?
What?
Not great? Well, how about this? Best part of the entire job. That 12 hours making those 2 6-foot holes, you get 50 cents a day. Now, how does that sound? No. I'm trying.
No.
What's that? yeah, right. Now, again, you gotta keep in mind that was a lot of money back then. It was $5 was a lot of money. So
Yeah.
you were getting paid pretty decent to do something like this. There's some other jobs that would pay a little bit more, however, there may or may not be a reason for why you're getting paid a little more. Before I do that again, you're 200 feet underground right now. Right over here is a winze, basically a tunnel that would take you from one level to another. And this would take you down to just over 300 feet underground. So if you'd like to see that first, I can show that to you. And then we can continue down that way there.
Yeah, take a picture of that.
As you can see down there, this mine is still flooded with water. It has been since they opened that up down there. That's a big underground aquifer or an underground spring that constantly floods the mine. We still pump it out to this day. And if we didn't pump it out for about a month and a half, it would flood up this level here. Not completely, because there is an entrance down on this level here. So at some point it would go out that way. But it would definitely cover your feet if we let it come all the way up here. So. It's also about 40 degrees, so we'd rather keep the water down there than up here. But if you guys are ready, we'll continue down this way here. Take a look at the second of the 3 ways to drill those holes. He's very shy. He's been picked up a couple times, and he really doesn't like
What is
that.
that? Where's the frog?
And I promise it's a real frog. I get questions about that too. It's a fake frog.
It is real.
Out of all the things I've put down here, fake frog could not be one of them.
It's real.
It's real?
Yeah, I can do that. As we get down here, you can just stay up against this rock wall right here. We have another trip that's going to slide by us in just a little bit here. Well, tell us about this drill here before we move on.
Zombie.
You guys made it from California. That's fantastic. Long walk to California.
I know, man. It's just cool.
You guys are laughing. Okay.
Track switch, you know.
All right, now this right here next to me, this is what we call a snow drill.
Huwag mong takpan yung track switch.
It's definitely a lot better than doing all the stuff by hand. The only problem with this drill though is it goes in one direction and one direction only.
Hold on,
All of that up there is done by a drill just like the one beside me. Simply by climbing up a wooden ladder to a wooden fork wedged in between the rocks with a 150-pound drill. And then drill above your head. Now, this drill goes in one direction, but so do those rocks. They go straight down right on top of you. Now, hard hats, they would help if a rock did fall on top of you. However, sadly, in this time period, they just didn't exist. So if anything fell on top of you, especially those rocks weighing in at a couple hundred pounds, they were all going to hurt. Now, they did have a way to solve the problem of falling rocks, as well as another problem. When you drill into quartz, like what was here back in the day, you'd make a dust called silica dust. And you can think of that like little shards of glass. So if you breathe that in, obviously it's going to cut up the inside of your lungs, and that was very deadly as well. However, they also had ways to solve that. We'll be able to take a look at that with the next drill that we'll be looking at. Now, has anybody in this group been to Walmart before?
Oh, this goes under the Walmart?
Yeah, that's right above us.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
200 feet above you right now is the gardening section of our Walmart. Now, if you take a look up there, you might see that blue tube all the way up there. Our Walmart has a gardening section, but it also has 2 bathrooms.
Oh, no.
Oh, that's not what that's for. That was for covering the wire for the light bulb that we had over there a couple of years ago. I just like mentioning that our Walmart has bathrooms, just in case. But now, right now, you are 200 feet underneath our gardening section of our Walmart. So, if people up there shopping for.
So does Walmart own this property, or how does that work?
So back when, before Walmart was actually built up there, the people that own the mine nowadays, they actually sold that part of the property to Walmart. So they were actually able to build their Walmart up there and everything. Kind of interesting. They had to cut the mountain down a lot. It used to be a lot taller. Then when they did that, they had to level out along the mountain.
Cool.
It's interesting to think that you're underneath a Walmart. It's not something you do every day. Now, as we come down this little tunnel here, a couple things I would keep in mind is this little tunnel to your right-hand side. This is called a safety tunnel. It's basically where you want to hide from the dynamite blast as you're doing all this down here. That would be very important when we talk about dynamite on our next stop. The other thing I keep in mind is if you're, unlike me, full on the taller side, please watch your head. Otherwise, you're fine. I'll walk through here backwards. But this does get a little shorter.
Sana saya mau naman.
1, 2. Don't move yet. Okay, go.
I'd love to be like right behind you, right?
Kala mo, you don't like this, ha? Reklamo pa kayo, ha?
Oh man, you know what? By far, this is the best, one of the best tours.
I wish I could move these rocks, but they don't really go anywhere. All right, now all the way at the very beginning, I showed you the hammer and hand still and how you drill those little holes. Again, those are drilled 6 feet deep, and 2 of them would take 1 entire day. Same with these. So this one and this one would be 1 day. This one and this one would be another, so on and so forth, and they drill all these 6 feet deep. What you do after that is grab the most important tool down here. Now, dynamite is what we would call extremely dangerous. So what you want to do is very carefully take it, put it into the end of the hole there, and using this very special tool that we would call a broomstick, push it all the way back. Very, very slowly. Each time you push a stick of dynamite back, if you push it back too quickly, there's a good chance that dynamite would go off. And if you're standing anywhere other than that safety tunnel down there, it'd be strong enough to take you. Inside your dynamite, you have something called nitroglycerin. That's what makes it explode. However, if that touched the bare skin on your hands, it'd go into your bloodstream and give you what they call a dynamite headache. Basically, the worst headache you've ever had in your life. If you're wondering about that, I'm super hungry, so don't worry about that. That's just my stomach here. Now, does anybody here like magic tricks? Yeah. Okay. Well, I got a brand new magic trick I can show you. I just learned this morning. Just keep in mind, I learned it like a couple hours ago this morning. So if I do it wrong, that's probably why. But if you'd like to see it, go ahead and close your eyes and look at the person next to you. When I say the magic word alakazam, open your eyes. If I do it correctly, you should see something kind of cool. So, go ahead and look at that person next to you and close those eyes. And 3, 2, 1, alakazam. Now, remember that dynamite I had over here? Well, they don't let me use that down here, but they do let me use the small candy. That is by far my favorite joke. But this right here is pretty much all the light you had in the mine. Wow. Some parts of the mine had a very small amount of electricity. However, the light bulbs they had back in the day weren't as bright as the candle here, so this was honestly the most light you'd have. And the miners honestly preferred using the candle over the brand new light bulbs that they've never used in their life before. They'd rather just use the candle. But a couple jobs down here, a couple that we've already talked about. The first one would be the striker. We have a 15-pound sledgehammer aiming at the little tiny metal hand still that big around. You'd have the striker, or the new guy down here as well, holding the hand still and turning it this much light. Really hoping that you're not going to hit his hand. We'll get to that in just a minute. But then the most dangerous job, filling the wall up with the dynamite, tying the fuse together, lighting it with the candle, and what's next? You want to run. Only problem being, how you going to run in the dark? So what you want to do is take a hand, put it on the wall next to you, use that to help guide you through the mine to that safety tunnel, and do all of that within 3 minutes. Because the 6 feet of fuse, the most you were allowed to use down here, that would only give you 3 minutes to get from here to there, this much light. Now, before we were talking about the new guy holding the hand still there, well, you don't want to hit his hand because he usually holding the candle in the left hand. And if you do hit that hand, what do you think he's doing with the candle?
Shoving it in the dynamite.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason why you don't want to do that. I'm going to turn the lights back on for us here and show you some more of the mine there.
Maybe there's a ghost in there.
Here's some more. There, okay. Hey, I guess the funny part is I have a flashlight here. I guess I could have used that. Which also makes you think, that's That's how much light they had. Can you imagine if I showed them this?
Yeah.
How amazing it'd be. What kind of candle is that you have there? Also, if you're afraid of this dynamite, this is just a piece of wood wrapped in some paper, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, if you guys would like to come up here and take a look at the holes that were left behind by the miners back in the day, feel free to do so. However, one thing to keep in mind is that if these were 6 feet deep and you filled the entire thing up with dynamite, you'd really only be able to blast about 3 or 4 feet of that away. The rest of it would still be sitting there, so that's how strong this rock really is.
Wow.
So if you'd like to have a look up here, feel free to do so. I'll meet you guys right down there when you're ready, and we'll continue down the mine one more.
Is it really 6 feet?
I guess, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's hard to look, right?
You don't know.
There's a ghost hunting in here? Just ask if there's a ghost hunting.
Is it 6 feet for real?
Alis dyan ka ba? Pero ang bakit kasi sa iyo. 1, 2. Don't move ako still.
They did have one other option of life.
Let's go.
Here it wasn't really a big option.
Kayo lagi kakulihan.
That would be a carbide.
Tutunin to, ah.
Basically, you have
Let's go ask if there's ghost hunting in here.
That must be large.
Again, carbide is really expensive, so they try not to use a lot of it here. Just
Alis
keep
mo na dyan.
rocks
Ang check mo na, Alis.
candles.
Okay, kayo daw.
But then you gotta think about having 3 candles for 12 hours.
Alis, Alis.
Now,
Relax
it
yung
really
brain.
worked out too well. You just gotta work as long as you could, and then work as many you had candle light left.
Kaya lang, Alis siya dyan.
Now, the light bulb setup will look just like this up here. I'm sure you've seen the little light bulb before. Keep in mind that wire was exposed copper, so if you touched it, you're probably gonna end up over here on the other side of the mine. Very dangerous stuff.
Wow.
Electric wire is dangerous.
This here, sadly, is the last drill of the day. The first one being the hammer in the hand still. The second one being the stoke drill going straight above you. This is called a drifter drill, and that's because this sideways tunnel, they just stay up there so they don't fall on top of you. The silica dust, that was a little bit harder. What you had to do is flip the lever here, shoot water out of it, and that would catch the silica dust, keeping it from going inside your lungs, making it a lot safer for everybody down here. Now, there is one other difference. That last drill I didn't turn on for you simply because it doesn't work. However, this one does still work. And I get to turn it on. This also happens to be what I said with my stomach earlier. I am hungry, just not that hungry. If I was that hungry, I probably wouldn't be down here doing the tour right now. I'd be eating something. But if you guys would like to hear it, I'll turn it on for you. It's at a safe hearing level, so you don't have to cover your ears if you don't want to. However, if you do, I'm going to put my hand in the air like this after I turn it off. If you want to uncover your ears, it'll echo through the entire mine. And if you want to film it, this is the time to get ready to film it. But if you guys are ready, I'll give us a quick countdown and turn it on. Everybody ready?
Yep.
All right. 29. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
So that right there was a drifter drill, over 100 years old. And we run it at a maximum of 25% power. Completely different from the 100% that they used back in the day. And I promise you, that was not 25% power. If it was 25%, it'd be a little bit louder than what you heard then. If I had to guess, that's probably closer to 15%. Either way, 100%. way louder. You're also using it for the main purpose they brought it down here for, drilling into the rock. That would make everything a lot louder as well. You didn't have any hearing protection and you used 6 or 7 of these for 12 hours a day, meaning the one and only problem would be in about 3 months you'd go completely deaf, working a job like this. The only way to solve that is to work it 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, and that would help save your hearing for about 6 months. However, sadly, that was about the longest you could go. Until they invented hearing protection in 1907. About 2 years after they stopped the underground mining here. So, for any of the miners here, that wouldn't have helped them. However, if they moved to a different mine afterwards, they would have been able to have some hearing protection, which would have helped them. The big thing, though, is, again, that first job was 50 cents a day. Not a lot. The second one, going straight to the rock above you, that was $1.25, which was a good bit better. But this was $2 a day. A lot of money to be making back in the early 1900s. Sadly, it didn't come at the cost of your hearing, but it was really, really good for him. It was a lot more efficient, a lot safer, other than the fact that you lose your hearing and then you got paid crazy money for the time period. If you'd like to take a closer look at it, feel free to do so. I just don't recommend to touch it because it's very sharp and rusty. If you'd like to come up and take a picture or look, feel free to do
Picture
so.
tayo mamaya. Unahin mo na kita. We're the last one. Picture mo kami dalawa.
Okay, then.
We're going to go back this way here. We do have plans to open the rest of that up at some point soon. I'm not 100% sure exactly when. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, we're on both of those. That's what we recommend, is to keep your eye out on one of those. It just takes you out to the main entrance, about 200 feet that way, so it's not much farther. It's just never been open
Take
for
a picture of
public.
it.
So, coming up soon. I came here about this tall on school field trips, and it's always looks like that. I'm not much taller nowadays. That was a lot of work. As we come back this way here, you're going to see these metal things hanging next to your head. These would have had an electric copper wire attached to it as well. Just a little different than the electrical wires. It was for the electric locomotive they had down here, pulled mine carts. This wire hanging right next to your head and right next to the water carried 500 volts. Completely uncovered too, so if you touched it, you're touching all of that 500 volts. Very extremely dangerous. I'm sure it probably did. We don't have any records of it, luckily. We're gonna slide by this real quick.
We just come down looking for you guys. You know, you've been down for about a month already.
That's right.
Yeah.
Make it 3 months.
Oh, no. He has a bad
Mas maganda pa ito sa atin.
Magandang grupo natin, bilis lang.
Last door. Last door.
Ito yung pinakamagandang
I haven't. We've had a lot of people on school field trips pick him up, and that's why he's so shy usually. But today he's being nice. He eats the salamanders that are down here. Right over in that other area there, the student kind of goes right out to that area. It's where they like to have the babies. Baby just kind of goes over there. There.
Umalis na.
But other than the salamanders and that one frog, pretty much all we got down here. Every once in a while, you might see a little bat about that big and super furry, but they don't really do much. Now, as we come up here, if you look to your left-hand side, backwards here, you'll see stalactites and stalagmites. They're really cool. We just don't want to touch them with our hands. The oils on our fingers will keep them from stacking up any taller than they are. But they're really cool looking again there to your left-hand side, right up here.
Tara, Chano.
I don't like those in the
I'm gonna
summer.
take a picture, okay? Mama, picture mo sila pagkatama yung mawala niya. Spread out a little bit. Pag mawala niya. There you go. You are like your band.
That one. Pretty cool.
Careful, ha? Relax.
This may look a little familiar to everybody. We were here at one point. Now, has anybody in this group heard of a company called Aetna before?
Yeah, sure. It's coming.
Yeah.
Insurance
Yep.
company.
Well, we used Aetna here back in the day as well, just slightly different. Aetna Dynamite.
Same
I
company?
did some research to see if they were the same company, and guess what I found out?
The same?
Completely different. There was an Aetna Dynamite company, but there's also an Aetna Health Insurance company, completely unrelated. The only things that link the two together, the fact that they have the same name spelt the same way, with a very similar logo, and that they were both around in the 1800s. Otherwise, there's nothing similar. But it's kind of funny that there's a dynamite company and a health insurance company with the same name. It's well, interesting that way.
It's a little sketchy.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Now it'd be kind of, I guess it would kind of make sense if it was the same company, because at that point they could offer both. Yeah. Now, this could sound like a kind of weird question, so hear me out, but does anybody here have a gym membership or like going to the gym?
No.
Because if you do have a gym membership, you might want to go ahead and cancel it. We got the fun part coming up next. Sorry, fun part.
Fun part.
Yeah, it's a really good leg workout, just not so much for this But if you're ready, we'll start heading off this way here.
You like this? Nice, right?
Let's take a tour.
Yeah. Hintay lang tayo mag-ano. Tayo dyan sa hagdanan. Okay?
Yeah.
Yung tayo dyan. Sarang mo kayo. Smile.
Oh, hold on, kuya.
Simon, 1, 2. Come on, kasi kaya mag-hintay.
Nope.
Oh man.
That's tiring.
I did my leg workout for the day.
All right. How much to sign up for a month?
Look at that, you got a workout, you got to see the line, you got gold pin,
Awesome.
which I believe everybody needs gold pin except for you guys in the back there, correct? You
Those,
guys still have
those
those
two right
little
there.
silver tokens on you?
Yes.
Yeah. So right up here we got a quick video to show you about the gold pan, and then we'll get you started.
Okay.
If any of you guys are doing gemstones, we'll get you at the counter there. You can listen up with it. But thank you guys for coming with me. I love bringing friends down there. It's a lot more fun than me going by myself. So thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you'd like to leave us a review on Facebook or TripAdvisor, we love reading the reviews. One other thing I did want to mention is that ladder over there, that's a great example of the kind of ladders they would have used back in the day. Basically just a wooden one. It's a really good example though because it is one that they did use. That was something pulled out of that newer section of the mine. So that thing's over 100 years old. It's crazy it's still around. What's that? Oh yeah. Yep, that is original from the mine. There's also a boot in our museum there in a little container that we found back there as well. It's kind of interesting to think somebody, the bottom of their boot was coming off, they just thought it was trash so they threw it away. Turns out we come along, we're like, this is the same boot, can you believe it? But if you guys are ready, we'll head up here and get you guys started on what you got next.
Oh, man.
You know. Do it right there. You get the old dumb. They didn't buy it for this
I gotta wash it.
Thank you guys for joining me.
Take that and push it straight down in the water and straight back up. And you'll see a little bit of sand leave the gold pan. It's going to take a little while to do. You just want to shake, shake, shake. Gently wash away that sand. Bring it back up. Shake, shake, shake. Remember, right up to that red line, but not past it. And wash away that sand. Now, after about 15 minutes, you should be down to about a good handful of material left in your pan. Now, this is what we like to call a good handful. Now, once you work it down this far, you need to take your gold pan up to one of us miners, and we'll help you get the gold out for you. Put in a little tube so you can take it home pretty soon. Now, after you're done with your gold pan today, you might want to try out some gemstone mining. We have a wide variety of buckets for you to choose from. All right, gold miners, go ahead and take your token, turn it on in, and good luck to you.
Oh, yeah. You get the...
Jordan, bro.
Oh, it starts out like that.
Howdy folks, welcome to Consolidated Mine. I'm going to teach you how to pan for gold. Now the gold pans you'll be using today are just like the gold pans they used back in the first gold rush. And to get started, what you want to do, you want to take your gold pan with two hands, fill that gold pan completely full of water, then bring it right back up. Now once it's full of water, you want to take your gold pan and shake it from left to right, right to left. And as you're shaking it, you'll notice a red line that we've drawn around the pan. Now that red line is going to help you. What you want to do is while you're shaking your gold pan, gently tilt that gold pan a little bit away from you and work that sand up to that red line, but not past it. You do not want to lose any sand while you're above the water. Now after about 5 or 6 shakes, shaking to that red line, you want to stop shaking. And with both hands, gently take that gold pan and push it straight down in the water and straight back up. And you'll see a little bit of sand with the gold pan.
I see, okay.
It is going to take a little while to do. Now you just want to shake, 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 and gently wash away that sand. Bring it back up, shake, shake, shake. Remember, right up to that red line, but not past it. And wash away that sand. Now after about 15 minutes, you should be down to about a good handful of material left in your pan. Now this is what we like to call a good handful. Now once you work it down this far, you can take your gold pan up to one of us miners, and we'll help you get the gold out the way. Put it in a little tube so you can take it home for a souvenir. Now after you're done with your gold pan today, you might want to try out some gemstone mining. We have a wide variety of them for you to choose from. All right, gold miners, go ahead and take your token, turn it on in, and good luck to you.
Oh, yeah. Good luck, bro. Alright.
Alright guys, I'll trade out the tokens here for you. There you go. There's one for you. Choose any table behind you guys.
Careful.
There you go.
Ako rin, tingin sa tayo.
Yeah.
Oh, we have 5, okay.
Thank you.
Of course.
Wow.
Have fun guys.
Okay.
Picture tayo. Go, Sarah.
Dito lang kayo, oh. Malapit.
Hey,
Right here. Yeah, right here.
Right here.
okay, I'll start.
No, go like this.
I know how to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, too much. Too much, bro. Okay, with water.
Yeah, fill it up and then shake it left and right. Go on, shake it left and right. And then once you're shaking it, put it down.
There you go.
So cold. I'm halfway.
Walang kwenta.
Whoa, Sarah. Oh no. Just completely. Do it.
Is that a handful?
Not almost done.
And work that sand up to that red line, but not past it. Not only use any sand on the double wall. Now after about 5 or 6 shakes, shading to that red line, you will stop there.
Okay, that's it for you, Rara.
Take that gold pan, push it straight
Yeah, that's a handful.
and straight back up. And you'll see
Do
a little
mine.
bit of sand going. It's going to take a little while to get
Kasi na ibon, sa handful na go.
you have to wash away that sand. Back up, shake, shake, shake. Bring it right up to that red line. Pass it. And wash away that sand. Now, after about 15 minutes, you should be down to about a little hand or a deteriorator right there. Now, this is going to fall good hand. Now, once you get that fall, you can take your gold pan out of the line. Fill it up and get it going. So you can take it on the too. After you have the gold pan today, you might have to apply extra juice to them.
Anuhin mo lang ano sa red light.
Sounds like it just got started.
I can't see it. What? I need to mine.
Is that a handful? Wala pa yung gold.
No, just leave it like that.
Look back.
Yeah, go.
And what?
Hindi, I found gold right
Parang meron nyo. Or here. Ready?
Go, ilagay.
I'm more in.
Let's see what you got there. Alright.
Not it?
Marunong.
You got gold.
Hindi ako mabuhay nito naman.
Ako din.
I'll be right there, guys.
Tapos niya mag-tour. Ano siya? Bihis lang siya. You get two? This is enough, Rara?
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
How many do you got? Walang gold.
Oh yeah?
I got 2 free. How much is that? Yeah? I only got 2.
More than 2.
All right.
Nothing.
We got 4 pieces. That means you got paid for dinner today.
Pay for dinner. What's the ano?
Also, I don't know if anybody told you about rule number 3 up there.
Living 75 points.
Yeah, no more than that.
I don't think anybody can.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. But you guys did great. That's awesome. Good job, guys.
Well, thank you, man.
Of course. Are you guys doing a gemstone mining with us?
Kayo, gusto niyo? Sure, gusto daw mag-gem mining. Sure.
So the $30 ones are these yellow buckets.
Okay.
These are the 50s, and then these are the 100s.
Yeah, yellow buckets.
Yellow.
Okay, yellow. Okay.
The other one.
The one. Okay. Go.
Okay, yeah. You want mine? It'll be $54 with the.
What are you gonna get mine for?
I have to be the other way when we go in that truck there. Yeah, we like to be back. If you guys want to have a seat,
Come on, let's take it then.
I'll be right behind you.
Awesome. Thank you. Here. Opo, sit down. I wanna one. Sa basa you can eat opo.
It's all yours. You get to take it all home with you. What you want to do is scoop your sand right into that sifter with those little silver scoopers. Turn it like that, and dip it up and down in the water. And then just put them in those little bags and take them home with you.
Okay.
Kumain ka agad. Wag mag-away.
You guys have fun and let me know if you have any
I
questions.
got it
Thank you.
first.
Kayo mag-away.
You guys still doing good over here?
Some stuff. You already got it.
I got a
You
tiger.
have a red jasper.
Yeah, right there.
Wow, I have a little one.
You have little ones.
Basically, Mike that they use, and then he kind of like shiny makeup.
I found a little emerald. Okay, look.
Scoop.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's everywhere. Yeah. Depends on who you're selling. Now, usually the gemstones, they usually get more value once you get them cut. Put them in a
Para madali tayo matapos.
like all
Tara.
these here, these are all cut. They hit them in
What's mine?
Wait, you Okay.
Yo, what is this? Right there. Tama na. 4. Oh, that's it.
Hey, careful, kuya.
Careful, kuya. Okay, that's it. Mine, ito.
Oh my, look at this.
Wow, I'm more good job.
Oh, already got my black on it. Oh, garnet. No.
Oh yeah, I'm looking.
Oh, look at mine.
Saan ba kay Papa? Doon ka, oh.
I have this. I have this.
Wow, Sarah got a lot.
2.
Sarah got a lot.
Maganda, oh.
Oh, wow.
Mama just giving me.
Sarah got a lot, bro.
This has 4 arrows just inside it.
Look, Sarah, oh.
Whoa.
Whoa, bro.
Oh yeah, look.
Look, oh.
This one is much better than ano.
This is ano?
Mas marami siyang nakukuha.
Oh, look at
Can you give me some, kuya, please?
Oh, wow.
They have an ember
Yellow.
inside it. They have an ember.
Oh, kuya.
I think who's gold? I think. I don't know what. A tiger. I think that's
Of course. Oh, Rara, oh.
you know what? Oh. I'll take that.
Yeah, you and
Hey,
me.
where's mine?
Oh,
My bag.
Gawin
Just
ninyong,
use.
gawin ninyong ano, yung
where's Sarah's ano daw?
yung ginawa sa itim.
Oh, thank you for giving mine.
That's Sarah.
This is yours, bro.
Thank you.
I got you.
He's putting his stuff in Sarah.
Gawin ninyong ano yung
Oh, look
ginawa
at
sa
that. Sarah got ano.
sa itim na rock.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yan.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sa ano, banyo?
Yep. Hey, what happened to my scoop?
Mas organized nila rin, no?
I know.
Yeah, mas gusto ko dito kaysa dito sa isa.
Ay, that's mine.
Wow, Sarah got the big one.
Wait, yeah, wait,
Sige kayo. Sige. Oh. Okay, that's it na. Come on. Sarah, that's it na.
I know.
Look at this. Wow, more.
I think I'm getting a little bit too. I'm getting a little bit too greedy.
Wow, where's my phone?
I'm getting a little bit too greedy.
Kurang dito.
I'm getting a little bit too
No, it's mine.
Yeah, go.
There's some goodies in there. I wanted this a leopard rock.
Leopard rock.
Oh, this one?
Oh my god, this is getting heavy already.
That's cool. Look at this. Oh, wow, blue one.
Nothing special.
Here, bud. Grab it.
Is that a big one? Not a huge one.
Oh, put it here.
You want
Give
it to me, okay?
Okay, give it to you.
Give it to me, Takarun.
Yeah, give it to me.
Happy. Give it anything. See?
hanapin mo na.
Nothing. Binibigay niya sa akin mga buhangin lang. Sa kanila, yung may mga bato. Sira ulo. Oh, I like that. You need to take picture?
I got a letter wrong.
I'll take you. Oh, no. Okay, go.
Mga tikasad kayo ano?
Kasan po. Binibigay sa akin, walang laman. Oh my, kasan po. Marami na si Inday. Dumi-dumi mo na, Inday. Oh, kuya.
Meron silang mga ano mga pamalit.
Wala. Sure. Ah, may pamalit silang jacket.
Yeah, pamalit
Last na jacket. Mama, help me. Okay, oh. Yeah, help me. It looks like nothing again.
Oh, here one.
Oh my God. This is nothing again. Oh.
All the big.
Mama, help me. Okay? What? Look. It's right there. That's tae. Oh. Mama, help me. Nothing. That's it.
Here, get all the big.
I get this from Sarah. Thank you. Thank you. Maro si Inday eh.
Hey, hey, hey.
Nothing.
Wala na.
Nah, that's it. Iinit na ako. Mas maganda dito, no? I like it. Super clean.
You gotta bet all of the other ones too, bro.
Ah,
So much letter. There's one. Is this an emerald?
Yeah.
It is? It is?
Okay, pala mag-
Guys, guess what? I got emerald.
Obsidian. It's an obsidian. This one. Iti look, hindi mo no? Oh, look between them. Wala na. No, that's not enough. Wait, let me see. Okay. Yeah, that's Sarah's bro. Where did it go? Wala na. Sorry.
ah.
Bye.